Good morning. I'm joined this morning with Ben, our usual mate, our wingman, in his coffee shop. This morning, lots to talk about. Nice game last night for a change. At least we got to play one as well. So, a few talking points to come up, but at the moment, welcome to Tottenham Tantrum Gold.
Oh, when the Spurs go marching in! Oh, when the Spurs go marching in! I wanna be in that number! Oh, when the Spurs go marching in! Oh, when the Spurs go marching in!
Morning, everyone. Start off with dealing with a few of the comments in the chat. Carl Simpson, good morning, gents. I hope you're all well. What a rubbish game last night, wasn't it? Yeah, dreadful.
Terrible.
From memory. Yeah. Mark Cousins, morning, mate. Have we signed anyone? Good of you to join us, mate. Have we signed Stevie B with a big fat pay rise, maybe? Almost earned it alone on that one. Ian, good of you to join us again, mate. We're all waiting with bated breath for the show to start. Steve Bergwijn goals are like London buses. You wait ages for one, then two come along at once. True enough. Cole says 7 off 300 subs. So we can definitely get you there by the weekend. Let's hope so, mate. Yeah, we're getting really close. It's amazing stuff. Really enjoying this. Philip Brady, good of you to join us as well, mate. Has anyone got their breath back yet? Only just. That second, the winning goal, as soon as that went in, I could feel my vocal cords getting ripped out from the inside. And Phil Lattis, Hollywood Phil, morning, chaps. Morning, mate. Sushant Basal, and hello, everyone. Love you. Good morning. Coys, please back Conte, please, God. Yeah, I hope he does. Look what he can do when he's got no backing so far. Derek Hutchinson, good morning, gentlemen. Great win last night. It certainly was, Derek. Good of you to join us. Wayne Bonner, good morning, gentlemen. Hope you're all recovered from last night. Talk about leaving it late. Yeah, doesn't get much later, does it? I think that was the latest at which a team has come back to win a game where they're
I heard that
in Premiership history
since Aguero.
Yeah, that sounds right. Right Heart Lane, good morning, mate. Good of you to join us again. Frank here. Morning, Frank. Lads, I'm in the USA. Still haven't gone to bed. All right, fair enough, mate. Late one. Let's see. Depends where you are in the USA. Somewhere between 3 a.m. and about 6 a.m. for you. Then I'm guessing.
It's in Florida, so about 6 a.m.
Well, it depends which coast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Florida. You said yes.
Yeah,
right,
Florida.
Okay. Yeah, so it will be, won't it? Soul Taker 2-on-2. Does Ben ever sell any coffee? Or is it just a from? Ben, do you want to answer that one quickly?
I sold some coffees. All my viewers went out before I sold some coffees. It was really funny. All my customers came at once, and then suddenly no viewers. I'm like, all these boys think I just sit here and drink coffee all day, and they don't realise I'm actually doing a bit here.
Well, it's more than just a coffee shop for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a roastery. It's a roastery, streaming space, all the stuff.
Absolutely. And Frank saying, have you an echo or is it me?
I think it's you. I don't hear an echo.
No, I'm okay here as well. Stephen Cartwright, woke up and had to watch the game again as I thought I'd had a dream. Morning, mate. Yeah, I know what you mean. We were all so dejected until that explosive last few minutes. Carl Simpson saying, watch the highlights 3 times already today. Yeah, brilliant stuff. Chris Agomba, good of you to join us, mate. Stevie B, come on, you Spurs. Definitely. Right Heart Lane, I was about to go to the toilet when we scored and wanted to go at 2-2 as I didn't expect the third goal. I held on and didn't miss the goal. Didn't miss which goal? The one on the pitch or the goal of the goal to get into the toilet on time? Yeah. Frank saying, yeah, 6 a.m. Florida. Yeah, that's fair enough. I read Aguero. It was something like 92 minutes. Yeah, and this was 95th, 97th, wasn't it?
94.52. 94-52 the first goal, and then 96 with the second one.
Crazy stuff. Ryan, morning, mate. The Leicester fans singing Tottenham get battered. It's happened again, only for Stevie B to shush them. Beautiful. Morning, everyone. Yeah, you got to love that. Get a little bit ahead of yourself and it all comes backfiring. Carl Simpson. Ben, I thought it was one of those Zoom backgrounds and you were just in your bedroom.
I mean, it still could be.
Perhaps.
I've worked a lot to be able to get that as a Zoom background.
That
Works.
you're paying your money's worth there.
It's expensive stuff, this green screen.
Frank, yeah, it must be used then with the echo, mate. Philip Brady, there was so much urgency after the equaliser to get that game restarted. They knew there was time for another. That's the Conte effect. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was what a certain Chelsea fan said. The reason we deserve that win is not just because we deserve the win because we were the better team, but the urgency. Most teams would have run off to the crowd and celebrated a draw. Not this team, not this coach. We went for the win, and that is what we need to do.
Absolutely, that's 2 extra points earned just from that right mentality. Yeah. Soul Taker saying, love it, Ben, lads, good stuff. No need for coffee this morning. I woke up with a huge smile on my face. I think most people did, didn't they?
Yep.
Paranormal, the channel came up twice. That's why I get it right. Same here, Carl says Soul Taker and White Hart Lane. Our fans was great, so loud. Yeah, they definitely were. The celebrations at the end, they're having to drag Kane away from celebrating with the fans, weren't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing to see him with a smile on his face.
I'll tell you what, that reminded me of Pochettino era.
Yeah.
We used to have such a close affinity with the fans then as a team.
Yeah.
It was amazing stuff.
I mean, yeah, to see Harry with a smile on his face is unbelievable. It shows he's back. Yeah,
it does. He was all over that pitch, absolutely running everything.
Yeah.
If he gets his clinical side back as well, he's still in for a golden boot.
Yeah, he is.
Shaggy, Ian saying, no, such a good point, Philip. No sense of accepting a draw. Big improvement in the mental and physical fitness. Definitely is. Really noticeable. Mark Cousins saying, Coover, I thought I heard you when the third went in. I thought I heard you when the third went in. Yeah, almost.
You probably did.
Almost. Yep, I was bad, but it was Dermot, Phil, and I watching just backstream. We weren't going live because we thought so many people on felt a bit dejected at the time, but we wish we had streamed it now. When I was cheering, Phil Lattis was going absolutely mental. I thought he was going to trash his flat. It was like that.
The Terry Dunn effect.
he was on good. If he'd been in a sort of mental hospital, they'd been strapping him down at that point. I'm trying to get some sedatives in. He was just unreal. Frank saying Bergwijn's passion was unreal. I want him to stay. What do you lads think?
Yeah, he's got to stay now.
It's can't you just see how much he can bring to the team? Is he going to stay fit? That's the big issue with him, isn't it?
If he plays like that every week, he's in the team.
Well, that's it. Exactly. Stephen Cartwright, listen to the sports bar on TalkSport, and Spurs fan rungs in saying he had left on 88 minutes. He was sick. Oh, nightmare. Got to stay to the end.
I've never understood people. I've known people to leave on 60 minutes. Like, what's the point of going to football? You pay for your ticket, go to the game until it's finished.
Absolutely. Even when you're 5-0 down with or
7-2 down,
you stay for like a consolation goal or something. Just take something out of it. You might be missing out on an absolute banger. Right, Hart Lane said, I just really hope we win against Chelsea. Would put us in a great position. It would be fantastic.
Imagine we win all 5 games in hand. Imagine we win those. We'll be above Chelsea.
Yeah, just imagine winning on Sunday. Is that going to make that cup semi-final a lot easier to take?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will, won't it?
Yeah,
because we'll be on course to finish above them, and that will be rubbing salt into their wounds. But going to need Liverpool to win that other semi-final, though. So hopefully Chelsea end up with nothing.
If Arsenal play Chelsea, they're done.
Oh, it's just one of them games where you just want both to lose. Philip Brady, the Leicester stewards stopped Conte from going into the fans. They got the stare. Excellent. Oh dear.
I love the man already. He's only been here 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's rubbing off on everybody, isn't it? The Conte effect. Mark Cousins, Kane man of the match, but I think Doherty deserves a mention. Absolutely, he does.
He played like Doherty was playing at Wolves, which was why we signed him.
Yeah.
A really high wing back that was getting into the box a lot, using his muscle and causing havoc.
I've been, like a lot of people, I've been highly critical of him, but you've got to give players credit when they deserve it. And he certainly does deserve it. As Ben said, he was getting into the box. It was like Wolves style, because there was that one shot he had as well that Schmeichel did well blocking.
And there was that one he kicked at the corner flag as well, which was absolutely awful.
but he was getting in there. He was getting in there, and it was even though he didn't control it properly, it was the havoc he caused that led to our
if he plays like that every week, don't sell him. Again, it's another one. If he starts playing like that every week, there's a player there.
I think when people are filling in the holes that he leaves when he goes forward, well, then it can still work. It can still work. I suppose Højbjerg and Skip were a little bit more sort of reserved in how they were playing last night, but they were filling in those gaps when everybody else pushed forward.
I mean, the main Højbjerg was immense last night. He was immense. He was like back to his best. That's why I thought he had some sort of a long COVID. Because yesterday he was brilliant. Like, he was aggressive. He was getting forward, which is what Højbjerg does best. He gets forward and he breaks with the ball after turning over possession. He was making some brilliant passes, caused absolute havoc with some of his passes. All the players, even Winksmack was all right yesterday. He started to tire, which is when mistakes started coming in. But all three of the midfielders were brilliant yesterday.
Højbjerg was a weird one for me because Phil and I we were thinking in the first half, you know what? He's misplaced so many passes. He's having a shocker. But then he kind of grew into it. And like second half, he really come out into his own. And trouble is, at that point, you get it's the same as having rose-tinted glasses about some players. When you got it into your head that they're not doing well, you don't really spot all the work. And it's only so late after the game, I was thinking, he probably did all right, actually. I wasn't sure about quite brilliant, but he was definitely an improvement on what he's been doing this season. So
some of his passes were ridiculous. I mean, he was really good. I mean, he was doing what Højbjerg was doing for Denmark, which was getting forward, getting in people's faces, kicking people. That's what I want to see.
Getting some shots in as well. It was all there. Like I said, because I could only see the errors at first in that first half, it kind of lingered with me a bit. I was just thinking, is he right in there? Should we have somebody else in? But yeah, fair play. He came back well. Whole team did anyway. Skippy as well. So much so much work that goes unnoticed from those two. Right, how have we got here? Philip Brady again saying Arsenal fans claiming an assist by Sunday getting called off. Said we wouldn't have had the legs last night if we played. Bloody hell!
They can shut up, Denmark, can they?
Absolute bunch of swats. Carl Simpson, did you see Lo Celso going nuts and jumping on the steward's back? I didn't see that, but I'm going to have to look.
It's not going to repair his crap performance, though, when he came on, though. He was awful.
Well, good to see celebrating anyway.
Good to see passion, no, but he was awful.
Brian Socrates, lads, I'm still buzzing after last night. Winning in the last 5 minutes is now the new Spursy time. Come on, you Spurs. In Conte we trust is the catalyst for our new resilience and togetherness. Yes, he is. It's always get the comparison with Pochettino because we had that for quite a while as well.
I think Conte's better than him, though. Conte is a better manager than Pochettino.
Yeah. There's no doubt.
Poch is a beautiful manager, absolutely great bloke, but Conte is a class above.
Pochettino is he's perfect when you got a young side, so they can all be sort of molded into a team. I think if that happens to us again in the future, I'd love to have him back then. But at the moment, you're right. Conte is the top end. He really is right up there. William Kelly, we'll get we'll get brought right back down to earth against Chelsea. Will we?
Come
Will
on.
we? Come on. We've got to do it sometime, mate. We can't always be crap there. There's going to be times when we start winning again. There has to be. Let's have it now. Why not? Frank saying many fans left at 90 minutes. They're sick. I've checked out most Tottenham Facebook groups. Yeah, it's hard to take. It was looking like it was going to be one of those nights, but perhaps we'll learn now. John Fitzpatrick, good day, everyone. Good day, mate. Good of you to join us. Soul Taker saying Skip was fantastic. He was. It's another one of those. You have to really pay attention to how much work some of these players are getting through. It's covering the wing backs getting forward as well. It's so much unsung spade work, if you like. Frank saying big game against Chelsea. William Kelly, it certainly is. Right Hart Lane. Doherty played his best game, but he still needs to be sold. If he plays like that all the time, I've not got a problem with him staying. But yeah, he's lacking in some areas. It's mostly the sort of pace and the getting up and down the pitch all night long, because that is something Conte prefers. He wants a proper wing back. William Kelly, yes, Frank. I just don't have a great record. We just don't have a great record against them.
No, we don't.
We don't. It's terrible. That's why it's got to change. We had an awful record against Liverpool, 73 years without a win there, and then suddenly started. We won one. We won another one straight afterwards. Then started winning a few in the years after that. These records are there to fall. So why not start now? It'll be great. It'll be great for Conte as well. He would absolutely love getting one over Chelsea. I have a feeling we'll beat Chelsea. Chelsea's sliding down right now. They do seem to be. And
they always turn up against us, though. They always turn up against us.
Perhaps we've just got a bit of the start of a bit of momentum going now, though. Right, Lane, we can't lose 4 times in one season against Chelsea. Oh God, yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Oh, that's a sickener. No, we've got to win it. We've got to win it. I'll be happy with the point, but I'll fancy a win as well. Carl Simpson, it was the first time I cannot remember a team playing as a team and all working hard together. Let's hope it continues. Yeah. Absolutely. It was a really good performance overall. The amount of shots we had as well, the stats backed it up. We had 27 shots, I believe, 10 on
something
target.
like that, yeah.
Away from home. That's good stuff. People will say Leicester were weakened, but there was still a lot of their regular first 11.
I mean, that's a disservice to Leicester. They were brilliant yesterday. They were heroic.
Yeah. Soul Taker saying Posh was brilliant at motivation, but Conte has that and the tactical ability to go with it, which also commands respect from the players and the boardroom because of his CV. Yeah, that is the difference.
That's why they've got to back him.
Yeah, definitely. He is a different class to Pochettino. Still got spot for Posh, but let's enjoy what we've got right now. Hopefully backed, and I can see silverware coming, can't you?
Yeah.
If backed.
If backed, yeah. If backed, he will win the FA Cup this year. If backed,
yep. Carl Simpson saying, God, I love Posh, and I think he's amazing, but Conte is a different class. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're talking about. William Kelly, any signings yet?
No.
I haven't seen. No, of course not. We'll get some sort of news about somebody we're linked with on the 28th or something like that.
Yeah. I still think we'll get Adama and we'll play him right wing back as well. I think that will happen. But it's not inspiring, is it?
I can't see why Conte would want him doing that. He must see he can't cross a ball, and that's the problem he's got with the right wing back spot.
He does cause havoc though, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I suppose. If you're going to have somebody going into box causing havoc, who do you want, Doherty or Traore? Probably would pick Traore.
He's just a beast.
Just have to get players to go with him so he can
pass the ball to it. So yeah, it's a good.
Soul Taker saying, I believe the scum had helped us because Conte has told players if everyone's against us, nobody wants us to succeed, so stick together and we can do it. Yes, that siege mentality they always talked about at Man United as well under Ferguson. If we're getting a bit of that together, it bodes well. Right out lane saying we need to get Traore in. If we paid 20 million, we would have him for Chelsea. Yeah, I suppose it's still
only if we get him today. Only if he signs today.
Yeah, it would have to be, wouldn't it? Could be interesting.
Yeah.
Cole Simpson, watching that press conference last night, I think we were still in there for Vlahovic. It was very cryptic. Yeah, noticed that a few times. Mourinho also did things like this, didn't he? Classic pressers, anyway. Starting to like Conte's pressers, actually. And
yeah.
There's just a little bit, you can just get a little bit sense of the mood he's in, but he doesn't give away too much. Mark Cousins, can you imagine the piss up if we won a trophy? Certainly can. Feeling the headache already.
Bourbon County Stouts, about 6 of them.
Especially if it's the FA Cup, which is the most likely, of course. He runs them into the ground, says Soul Taker, at training, which is hard. But when you get results like last night, he will be saying, see, my way works, which breeds more belief. Top coach. Yeah, Pochettino as well. He was an advocate for that extra level of fitness. The double training sessions where people complain about having to grow an extra lung to keep up with it. But it does pay dividends, doesn't it? Cole Simpson, Mark, I would still be drunk. Yeah, definitely. Right, I'm going to shove on a little game in the background just for a bit of fun. I've picked out the Bill Nicholson testimonial from back in 2001. So just a little bit of Tottenham against Fiorentina. So for a bit of Italian spice there for Ben, because I know you're a big fan of the Italian teams in the league. Yeah. Let's have a look. It's another video I got from Duck Jive. Please go and visit his channel, Duck Jive 1, on YouTube. He's got lots of classic games from Spurs, dating back decades. He's uploaded them all from VHS, so there's a lot that are rare footage as well. God, just for a minute, I thought it was a young Pochettino there.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Why are they wearing light blue for this game? I can't really remember.
I don't know.
I have that kit. Stefan Freund signed that kit. I've got one of those kits, and Stefan Freund signed it.
I'm going to check in a minute. I've got the team somewhere, but I think I spotted Neil Sullivan in goal. There's a blast from the past. He wasn't a lot of good, was he? Quick one from Frank here. Lads, do you think Levy will have to back Conte now after this game? Because we're just missing 2 quality players, midfielder and a centre-back. Might as well leave Bergwijn as backup for Kane. Yeah, I agree, mate. I think that is probably the 2 positions I'd look at the most. We say right wing back, but maybe Doherty has got enough there to fill in. I don't know. It's starting to turn the heads, isn't it? We all said Davis had to go. He's doing well. Has Doherty now turned the corner? Possibly.
Bloody hell.
That'd be amazing if it happens. We've got out of Akron, Wembley 1. Downside of last night is that Levy's sick and warped mind. It demonstrates to him that the squad doesn't need any strengthening. Yeah. That is always a concern. We've seen that sort of stagnation when he decides to let things slide, and it's all comfortable when we're sat there in top 4. Yeah, he could be right, unfortunately. Cole Simpson, it's only Gary Doherty, the ginger assassin.
Yeah, it is.
It is. When Sonny comes back, Bergwijn will find it hard to get in unless he continues bringing that presence he did last night. Yeah, but it's great to have the competition, isn't it? And then he can rotate as well. If Bergwijn's back at looking hungry for goals like he was last night, then it bodes well for the rest of the season. Ian saying the delivery from corners was so much better. Winks from the left and Reggie from the right. It was. Now, if only you get a free kick taker who's reliable. Bring back. We need Eric Dyer back, don't we? Funnily enough, he probably is our best free kick taker at the moment. That's it for the moment. Oh, here's Dermot. You ready to join us, Dermot? Yes, he is. Morning, mate. Have you recovered from last night yet?
No, I'm still up there. I'm still up there somewhere on Moon or the Mars or Jupiter. I can't remember where I am.
You have to forgive Dermot for being late. He's just got back from running around the streets with his trousers round his ankles.
Yeah. And all the doctors and nurses looking at me thinking, you should be somewhere else. No, sorry, I apologise. How are we this morning, guys?
Elated.
yeah, doing brilliant, mate. Still getting over last night. That was just sensational.
And there's the great Bill Nick. What a great way to come in.
Thought he might enjoy this one, mate.
Yeah, this was actually his proper test. He had one testimonial in the 80s.
Yeah.
But this was a proper one. This was a Full House White Hart Lane testimony from.
Do you know if there's a story behind it being Fiorentina?
There is something. There is a story behind it, but I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember at the moment. But I will look into that. I can't remember why, but that man was not celebrated enough at Tottenham. He really wasn't. You know, the way they treated him after he resigned was absolutely disgraceful. And
perhaps this testimonial was a way of trying to sort of make it up to him a bit.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, he had one in '83. And where they played this, I think it was the select 11 against, I think it was the 81 side against the 60s and 70s sides. But you know, he deserved more than what he got, to be honest with you. He was our best manager in the whole world. He's dealing this even now. He's missed for his experience, his enthusiasm, his everything that is Tottenham Hotspur. That is it there, standing there in a man in a suit. That is why we love our club, because of him. And that's why I keep saying the house that he built, leaving in to torn down. Because he built.
Just look at this. Sorry, I was just going to say, just look at this team lineup. Sullivan, Tarico, King, Doherty, Bunjacevic, Freund, Ziga, Poyet, Clements, Ferdinand, and Rebrov. Isn't that typical Spurs? Some brilliance in amongst some absolute rubbish.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Les Ferdinand. I mean, what a striker. I mean, we seem to forget Ray Clements' son played for us for a little while.
That's right. And
people seem to forget that. Even at that age, the Tottenham fans loved him. The Tottenham fans absolutely loved Bill Nick. And, you know, they knew greatness when they saw it. And you know what I mean? That man brings a tear to my eye when you see him, because he is everything what we should be, everything that we need to be, and everything that we need to be in the future. Because he is Tottenham Hotspur.
Good to see he was enjoying the occasion as well.
He was in his, when was this,
2001.
Yeah.
He would have had to have been well into his 80s.
He was. But he was a consultant. When Keith Birkinshaw brought him back, he was a consultant, I think, way up to the late 90s for Tottenham.
Really?
He was a consultant for Birkinshaw, Shivers, David Pleat, I think even Terry Venables, and then they made him club president. Then they put him up to the top. But nah, that man needs a trophy, and that's why I am so up for him having a trophy, because that man deserves it. He is Tottenham.
You mean a statue? You mean a statue, not a trophy?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, let's have a trophy. That's even
Yeah,
more
one of those
appropriate.
as well.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I tell you, if we ever win the league, it should be called the Bill Nicholson Trophy. If we ever win the league, because that man is top. And
It was great to see Martin Shivers leading him about the pitch, not him letting him out of his sight like it is, because he was like a father figure to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't get on him and Martin Shivers. They did rub each other up the wrong way, same as like Sir Jimmy Greaves and all the top players, but they all respected him. They always called him Mr. Nicholson. And as Steve Perryman said, he spent the club's money like it was his own. And that man never had a contract. From the day he took over the Tottenham job to the day he resigned, he never had a contract. And that's remarkable in any sort of day and age of football.
Absolutely. Didn't need it because
Yeah.
he commanded the respect of the owners. So
Yeah.
no problem.
I get your message, Philip. I will sort something out. I just put in the private message. Sorry, I was running late, everyone. I do apologise.
Yeah, Phil Lattis was like, he was running around. Where's Dermot? He's running around like a loony.
Yeah.
Couple of comments just get through quickly. Carl saying morning to Dermot. And John
Good morning, sir.
Fitzpatrick. Big up Dermot, my Irish brother.
Big up
Mark
my Irish
Cousins.
brother.
Talking of free kicks, don't let Harry Kane take them. Yeah. Why is he so terrible at free kicks?
I don't
Everybody
know.
says he's great in training. That's the thing. We're told he's great in training. He never does it when it comes to the games. Frank saying, "I'll never get managers who pick left-footed players to take right-footed corners and vice versa." Yeah, it's you should vary it a bit, really, shouldn't you?
In-swinging corners can be very deadly because you can get all the power up. You can get all the power on them, as well as out-swinging corners. You can get, well, actually no, in-swinging corners you just glance them and it can go in the back of the net. Out-swinging corners you can really get your head on them and really get in the back of the net.
I must admit, I did like to take in-swinging corners because the idea for me was always trying to get just under the crossbar at the far post.
Direct it.
Yeah.
Use the pace of the ball to put it in, not your own neck muscles.
Yeah. Depends who you got playing for you as well. If you got a load of big lads, getting it under the crossbar's a nightmare for your position.
Just very quickly, could you just look at your private message?
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, of course, definitely, mate.
Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
And why I'm late, I put at the top there. I saw why I was late this morning, so I do apologise.
It's fine, mate. You're allowed to be. We're cool. We're all covered. Ben and I have got the shit totally sorted. If when you're not here, mate.
I'm surprised Ben's here. I'm surprised he hasn't running around Woodford and North London cheering naked. Going, yeah, we won.
I was at one point.
It's because Ben's our reliable wingman. He's always here when we need him.
Yeah, I'm like the undependable train. I'm like British Rail. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying.
Anyway, Frank. Yeah, it's all down to taste, really, isn't it? With the corner takers. There's pros and cons for in swinging or out swinging. Depends what your setup is and who you got in the team. I'll tend to think, like I said, with the big lads, it's really good to get it as close to the goal line as possible and just charge at it. Because 50-50 chance of it going in if it just hits somebody. John Fitzpatrick, 300 subs incoming. Let's hope so, mate. We're close to it. We're close to it. Well, I haven't checked since we've gone online how many we're on now. Must still be getting up to... We were 293, I think, this morning. Derek Hutchinson saying good afternoon, Dermot.
Good afternoon, Derek.
Soul Taker saying he was at this game. The testimonial for Bill Nick. Nice one, mate. Hope it was a good day out for you. It must have been.
I don't think I went to this game. I think I was slightly too young for this one. At least I can't remember it. I have the kit.
Yeah.
I've still got the kit because Stefan Freund signed it for me. What a lovely chap he was.
Yeah,
one of my prized
possessions at the club, wasn't he?
One of my prized possessions when I met Stefan Freund.
I tell you what I would love them to do is actually run out to Mac. I know they do at half time, but they should run out to McNamara's band. Because that was
They
the
do it.
60s.
They do it. They do it at half time now, so I think it's all right.
Yeah, true enough. Philip Brady saying Bill Nick had 2 testimonials, one in 2001 and one in 1983. Yeah, Dermot was saying when Jimmy Greaves made an appearance in '83.
It made in the '83 one, and he scored a brilliant goal. But I think it was offside. I can't remember, but it was in '83. I think they played the Spurs. I think it was the '81 Cup side against a '60s and '70s side, if I remember.
Sounds about right.
But Levy was actually in charge of Tottenham when they did this, so it's really surprising. They actually did something for Bill Nick, but they should have done something more like Danny Blanchflower and Jimmy Greaves. It should have been the testimony for Jimmy Greaves. It never was.
Well, this the start of the Nick era, isn't it? So they were all about getting Hoddle in, perhaps celebrate Bill Nick, get the fans on board with the Nick project. That's probably what it was.
And then ruin their lives later down the line.
Yeah,
pull as much wool over eyes as possible at this point, and then do what they do.
Philip, I've sent you that. It's in your private chat, sir.
Right. Soul Taker saying, in fact, this was his son's first game. He took him to. Nice.
Yeah.
Bet it was a good day out. John Fitzpatrick, I'll never forget the first game I ever went to the White Hart Lane and the memories. You always do.
Yeah. First game you ever went to, Koof?
Funny enough, after reading that comment, I don't remember it because I was so young. I just remember that it was Spurs and to cheer when we scored a goal. I think I was about 5. It might have even been my 5th birthday or something like that. But I remember we had the seating at that point because it was like the family area, of course. Far too young to be on the shelf, unfortunately. But I just remember the occasion. I've got a feeling we were home to Liverpool.
Interesting. That's very interesting. So it's the earliest game I can remember as well. We've played Liverpool with. It would have been 2003 is the earliest I can remember, but I was going before then. It was the day after the Queen Mother died, so the programme was all in gold. We won 1-0. It was on my birthday as well. And my dad deliberately made my birthday party 8 o'clock because he wanted me to go to Tottenham instead of having a birthday party because that's how a proper family's run. Who cares about the birthday? You go and watch Tottenham.
Yeah.
So that's the earliest I can remember. It's 2000. I think it's 2000. Whenever the Queen Mother. It's the game after the Queen Mother died. It might even be 2002, 2001.
Quite close to this game, then.
Yeah, my first game. I remember going as a kid with my uncle, but the first game I went with my dad was '92 because my dad wasn't a big Spurs fan, but he came. My man made him come with me this day. We played Sheffield Wednesday, and Chris Waddle was making his return to Tottenham. And all I remember, we lost 2-1. David Hurst and Steve Chris Waddle got one that day. But I remember my dad saying, "The one like this in the '80s." That's the only thing he said to me. This is not like it was in the '80s. So, we have Philip Brady in. So I'm going to bring him in now, and then I shall move myself down to the bottom.
We actually lost.
Good morning.
I found the game.
Morning
Philip. How are you?
Morning, chaps. How are you?
Not too bad. And how are you after last night's game?
Oh boy, I tell you, at one stage I had to pinch myself. I thought, this isn't happening. This is a dream. I'm asleep and I'll wake up in a minute and we lost. It was just incredible, and it was the first time in a long time I've watched Spurs, and we've got something here. It was a really, really good performance all round, and we should have been out of sight at half time. That's the only drawback, really. We shouldn't have had to have the late drama, but
Can I just say to John Fitzpatrick on that comment, I am not like Conor McGregor. I'm a better looking and better person than Conor McGregor. He's an idiot. That man is a complete idiot.
I quite agree. Totally agree.
I mean, that man's embarrassment to Ireland. Not Katie Taylor. Now, on the other hand, is that girl is what Ireland everyone on Ireland should be. Conor McGregor, he's just a total idiot. He really is.
I'll tell you who another one to look up to as well is Kelly Harrington.
Yeah.
We met her at the airport when I was on my way out somewhere recently, and she was so nice, completely unaffected by everything. She's a lovely girl.
Yeah. What do you memories of Bill Nick in this game, Philip? And do you know the
This game, I
80s
don't
one?
remember. This game, I don't remember much about it. But
Yeah.
I mean, my memories of Bill Nick as a Spurs manager, like he was the manager when I started supporting him, and the guy was an absolute genius. Like, I mean, I think to me, the only two two equivalent managers in the entire history of the game nearly were himself, Alex Ferguson, and Bill Shankly. I don't think there was anyone else to touch them. Bill Nicholson was brilliant. Now, he was a hard man to get on with. As you mentioned earlier, himself and Martin Chivers used to have a ding-dongs. They were not bosom pals for a long, long time there. But you saw the respect Chivers had for him, bringing him out onto the pitch at the start of the match. Nicholson was a genius, badly treated by Spurs, absolutely terrible treatment. The fact that he had to go away and work for West Ham is say no more, basically. That he was completely disrespected by the board, and it wasn't Enoch either. It was the previous, a couple of previous owners before Irving Scholar even that did it, and but he never lost his love for Spurs. Even though a lot of people would have washed their hands on him the way he was treated. But great guy, absolutely brilliant guy.
Yeah, he lived up the road, didn't he, Coover?
He did, yeah,
as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
he used to walk to work.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. It's almost like politicians. They should work in their constituency.
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, what was your earliest memory of him, Coof?
Well, just Spurs in general.
Yeah, of Bill Nick. What was your earlier memories?
Well, I've got no memory of Bill Nick whatsoever. Yeah. It's purely what I'm seen on TV and what my dad's told me about them. Otherwise, I mean, I remember it literally started off being so young. I can actually remember being in my pram and being told to wave a rattle around and shout up the Spurs. And I couldn't have been any more than about 2 at that point, and at the most, a pushchair, I should say, rather than pram. But yeah, so I remember doing that, and whenever anybody asked me, which team do you like, it was always up the Spurs, no matter what. And as for going to games, I'm so hazy on a lot of them because my dad took me when I was literally 5 years old. It was just a lot of noise, and then watching games, I didn't have any sort of appreciation of either the stand or everything that was happening there. That was just like incidental. It was just this amazement of seeing the whole stadium and the grass in front of me and the players just coming out. It was just this unbelievable dreamlike sort of thing to me. Especially then when on the occasion we could get close to the pitch and you see players up close. And I remember being old enough to have an appreciation for Glenn Hoddle, and then the first time he got close up, and I was reasonably close to the pitch, and I just think, wow, he's real. This is like, I'm actually here with this God. I think somebody else was saying something like it in the comments the other day, and I was just thinking, yep, that was exactly the same sort of reaction I had. Or somebody had got to hand him the ball. I never quite got that experience, but I was close by when he came there, and it was just like unbelievable. It's seeing your boyhood heroes just means so much. It's great as an adult, but when you're a kid, it's just magical.
I remember meeting Ozzy Ardiles once when I was a kid, and it was like my eyes sort of nearly popped out of my head. It was like Ozzy at the time. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I mean, Bill Nick, he found players like Graham Roberts. He found them. He was the one that spotted Glenn Hoddle's. His eye for talent was second to none, even in the 80s and 90s. I mean, I'll start with you, Philip, and then go to you, Coover. And that, what do we need to do to celebrate this man? What would you like to see the club do?
Well, I mean, do what Man United have done with the statue of Matt Busby. Put a statue at the ground. I think, I think there was a bronze statue of him in the old ground, I think it was in the entrance to the West Stand. Maybe I'm wrong there. Probably a bust of him, you know, from here up type of thing.
Yeah.
So I think we need a full length statue of him. It'd be no harm to name one of the stands after him, which is common in most grounds. You know, when like United have named one of their stands, or maybe more than one of their stands after their players, stroke managers. So that'd be something. But the problem there is we're back at the old problem again. Levy's not going to do anything unless he makes money out of it. He's not going to make any money naming a stand the Bill Nicholson stand, whereas he would do if he named it the Amazon stand or the Google stand or something, you know. So the chances of that happening are slim and far between at the moment. But he should be remembered. I mean, let's face it, only for Bill Nicholson. He sowed the seeds, and we're still reaping the benefit up to some point. Without him, we'd probably be a mid-table club with no real history behind us, instead of the history that we do have, you know. So no, he's a great guy. Can't speak highly enough of him, you know. A dour Yorkshireman. I'd say now it was like, you know, you probably kept the cold in the bath in the house and this type of thing, you know. It was just real old school, you know.
Yeah.
I heard stories of people would be walking by his house in Tottenham and he'd be out there pruning his roses or doing his garden. Can you imagine Conte doing that? You know, or any manager doing that these days? You know, they'd be doing it maybe, but behind their walled garden in their estate somewhere. So he lived like he lived like the fans did, in a semi-detached house, not in a big mansion. So, and I'd say he probably never earned more than a couple of hundred a week either in his day, you know.
It's big money. Cove, what would you do? What do you think the club should do? And do you remember the story about Pat Jennings when Pat went in asking for a pay rise, and he ended up coming out the same amount of money that he walked in with,
Brilliant,
which is so funny. I mean, what would you do what should the club do, Cove? And are you discussing
Can we go as a point of view if I was the owner?
Yeah.
If I was the owner, first of all, I'd name the ground the Bill Nicholson Stadium. Secondly, statues. Statue of Bill Nick, statue of... I suppose you've got to have Danny Blanchflower there because it's like, you know, the double winning skipper. Steve Perryman, Jimmy Greaves, Glenn Hoddle. Have them all out front. As you go in, you can't miss them. It's like turn basically... The whole entrance to the stadium has to be a shrine to Tottenham Hotspur. It has to be memorabilia, absolutely dripping from the walls. You got huge Bill Nick posters, the trophies, the pictures, everything, absolutely plastered in it. So it's drilled into you. Not neat little tidy pictures, but actually in your face. You can't miss it. Secondly, renaming. So many things renaming. Almost everything in the club when you're going around, just have it named after players, after managers, after the club legends. All the stands are named after them, etc. It's important. Just keep the names fresh in people's memory at all times. Get it so people are asking, why is it called this? Why is it called that? So you get your parents explaining to the kids what it's all about and what it means to them and why this is still in the ground and why it's so important to remember the past. Just keep everything fresh and relevant, no matter how far back we go in history, because things like the double winning side, it just must not be forgotten. It was so significant in our club's history. It was the iconic period in our entire existence, really. So yeah, I'll just make sure everything totally plastered over the club. It's our identity. That's what we're celebrating. It is the past. You're nothing without your past, and in that respect, you've got to celebrate the biggest, most successful times the most. So get it everywhere. Get it everywhere.
Yeah, that's so true. And sorry, Philip, go on.
No, I agree with everything you said there. I mean, it's you're nothing without your past, and he is our past, and should be remembered as such. And but doubtfully will be because, you know, as I said, commercial takes preference over what's the word I'm looking for?
Emotional
sentiment. Yeah. So yeah, it's tough, you know. But
I mean, that man had his hand in the 50s. He played in the 50 side. He built a great 60 side. He built a great early 70 side. He even had his hand in the 80 side. Every time we were successful, Bill Nicholson was part of it,
Yeah.
some way, shape, or form. So it shows that through our history, he really was Mr. Tottenham. For you, Ben, as being a young fan, what would you do if you're an owner like Philip and Cougar were? What would you do to make people remember the likes of Bill Nick and Blanchflower and Jimmy Greaves and people like that, especially Bill Nicholson? What would you do?
I'd build a museum personally, as well as doing the statues, as well as doing. I would have statues outside Hotspur Way as well as the stadium. There should physically be a Tottenham Hotspur museum. I mean, I know they've got the Tottenham Hotspur experience, but it's not enough. There should be an entire museum with what the club has done, because the club has been there from everything from political to racism, for history of the football to the war. It's had a hand in London as a culture, and there should be an entire museum about Tottenham Hotspur Football Club and everything the club has done, the good things. Everything needs to be shotgunned into the brains of people, otherwise it will be forgotten. But a museum would be brilliant with all the trophies, player meetings, memorabilia, history, just genuine history of everything. Because the club has been there. It's been there for so long now. It's seen so many changes. It's seen 2 world wars. It's seen everything. And so, yeah, build a museum about it.
Just one thing I noticed there too. Bill Nicholson is one of a very rare band of players and managers. He won the league title medal with Spurs in 1951, and he managed the team to the double in 1961. So there's not many player managers who've got a league title medal playing and managing the same club.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's
That's
others,
true.
but there's not too many.
I mean, Conte's done that with Juventus.
Right.
Yeah. Kenny Dalglish did that with Liverpool. There's not many. Can you think of any, Cougar?
You could say even more impressively with Kenny Dalglish, because he did it in 1 season.
That's true.
That's cheating.
Yeah, it is.
But again, he had the help of the great what was his name? Who's the Liverpool manager? He retired in '81. Bob Paisley.
Bob Paisley,
Yeah. But you look at all their managers around the '60s: Matt Busby, Bill Nick, Jock Stein up in Celtic,
Don Revie at Leeds.
Yeah, Don Revie. They were proper managers. Even Brian Clough, Bill Shankly, they were proper managers.
Joe Mercer at Man City.
Yeah, I mean, I always say Brian Clough would be nothing without Peter Taylor.
That's true.
But the likes of Bill Nick and Bill Shankly, they built a dynasty like Matt Busby did. They built dynasties, and to this day, it's still there. I mean, for us, it's gone now for us, and it will be until Levy and Enid go. But the likes of Man United, they're always celebrating their past. Liverpool always celebrating previous players, managers coming back.
Liverpool, also known as the victims.
Yeah, you got the Hills, but then you got the Busby Babes from Man United in '58. And then when the great Bill Nick did pass away, what did we do? A little bit of a service. When the great Jimmy Greaves died, what did we do? Oh, let's give him a minute's applause.
Well, in all fairness, Dermot, Jimmy Greaves' case, the club did pick up an awful lot of his medical bills in recent years.
Yeah.
So they did look after him behind the scenes, if you like, and weren't taking too much. The one that they kept fairly quiet, as far as I know.
Which is better, in my opinion, or at least it's better in my culture. It's not good to do something for someone and then shout about it like what.
Yeah.
I
give them credit for that now. They did that very well, because I know that Jimmy, when he had the stroke, he had horrendous. Again, there's a player probably never earned more than 200 quid a week. It's just sad.
Yeah.
What the players of a tenth of his ability are earning now. That's all he was ever able to earn. He was a generation and a half, or 2 generations too early.
He was.
I mean,
I've I've said it to you, Cooper, haven't I? When we've watched Jimmy Greaves last go for Tottenham, Bill Nick had a good eye for player, didn't he? When he was coming to his end, if he needed to refresh the team up or
certainly,
refresh.
Yeah.
Well, I had the pleasure of seeing him play live. To give you a history, when I was about 6 or 7, we moved to England and living in Birmingham. And I was supporting Spurs at this stage, but the only way I could get to see them was when they played at Aston Villa, West Bromwich, or Birmingham City. So I only ever saw the away games. And at that stage, I'm afraid Spurs were invincible at home, but crap on the road. We couldn't. We were terrible on the road. And I saw them lose more times than win. But I saw Jimmy Greaves score some goal. I mean, I always remember one against West Brom when we did actually win this match. There's about 89 minutes gone. We've been absolutely pulverised by West Brom. You know, it was nil each. It was a last kick, desperation clearance from one of the centre backs. Anyway, Greaves was on the halfway line, scratching his arse. The ball came to him. He was off like a bullet. 3 seconds later, the ball's in the back of the net. We win 1-0. It was probably the only touch he had in the whole game, but he won the match for us. You know, that was the type of him. He was just, you couldn't take your eyes off him for a moment. It was brilliant. But it was 1975 before I actually got to White Hart Lane, and we actually won that game as well, 4-2 against the Villa. Remember that?
Yeah, which for you is the better decade? I'll start with Cooper, then I go to you, Philip, and then Brett. Which is better decade?
Actually, Dermot, I was hoping we'd get rid of go through a few comments first if we can.
Yeah, grand, yeah.
Build up too much, then we'll come back to it.
Grand. Where were we? And then
Ian's here saying if Vlahovic, Kane could come deep, knowing that there was someone to finish his work if he couldn't get it done into the box himself. I fear he wants to go to Juve, but I would be ecstatic if we got him. Absolutely, yeah. I think it'd be a brilliant foil for Harry Kane. Frank saying, I can't believe I'm older than you lot. Somebody's got to be. Mark Cousins, first game for me, I can't remember, but my dad's told me he took me to White Hart Lane before Yeovil because he said it was right. He was absolutely correct. My dad doesn't like football. While I was 10 and went with my uncle in 1992. We beat Liverpool 2-0. Oh, nice. Gaguma, hello, mate. Good to see you join us again.
Yeah.
Stevie Fraser, my first game was 82-ish. Came from behind to draw 1-1 away to Luton. My second game was that Hoddle goal away to Watford. First North London derby was in the Arsenal end at White Hart Lane. Bloody scary. Yeah.
Brave.
Gaguma, hello, Dermot, Cougar, Ben, Philip. Yeah, hello, Gaguma. Always a pleasure to see you. Stevie saying hello to Gaguma. Paranormal, Frank saying, Egypt, haven't heard that word in a while. I'm a Kelly. My heritage is 100% Irish, born in London. Always like the word Egypt. Carl Simpson, hello, Gaguma. Talking amongst each other there. Jock Steen rarely gets any credit, says Ryan McFarland. That's true. It's true. Carl saying, I'm really good and have not. Really good and not calmed down. This win was amazing. We move on from here. We certainly hope so, mate. Big game on Sunday. So Les talking about the game. Yeah, Les Ferdinand. What a player he was, and what a gentleman and ambassador off the pitch as well.
Shame he's not involved with the club.
Yeah. Right Hart Lane saying, I met Harry Kane. Nice. So Gaguma talking to Stevie. Stevie saying, I met Chris Hughton on the escalator at Brent Cross Shopping Centre. Blew my mind at the time. Awesome player. I think when you're talking about Irish players for Spurs, he is right up there with the very best, Chris Hughton.
Yeah.
Lot of great service from him. Mark Cousins, Coover, that was me handing the ball to Glenn. It was you, mate. Okay. When I do my Spurs 11, I'll tell the story. Fair enough, mate.
Got to do it.
Right Hart Lane saying, I don't think we've had a statue out. We haven't had the statue outside White Hart Lane, did we?
No. Tottenham have always had a no statue policy.
Yeah, the bus for Bill Nick was actually in the entrance. It was an entrance as you go through the doors into the West Stand, where all the private car parking is. So it was like the entrance into the boxes and to the private bars and all that. But that's where the statue, the bust of Bill Nick was, right in that entrance.
Put up a statue of Daniel Levy
Yeah, we'll throw eggs
Yeah.
at that one.
with a dartboard on the head.
Oh, some sort of dome, won't it? The Levy dome. Ian saying, rightly or wrongly, the club has a policy of no statues or stands after legends. Yeah, it's I've never known why. They've never said, have they?
Maybe idol worship. I don't know.
Maybe.
Nobody bigger than Levy. You know, Levy wants to be the biggest.
Well, everyone's
man
bigger
who
than Levy. He's a short bloke.
It's a short ass.
Yeah, Sean Butler. Morning, mate.
Morning,
Good
Sean.
to join us.
Shawnee boy.
Talking amongst themselves again.
Yeah. Just let me.
Soul Taker saying, I saw the mural they've done for him and it's amazing.
The Leslie one, yeah, it's brilliant.
Absolutely. And Carl saying, Sean, the reaction last night was great. Loved
It was
it.
fantastic. The reaction was so brilliant.
Well, then we need a stand after Bill.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
There's got to be something. There's got to be. Frank saying, okay, lads, I'm going to bed. Enjoy your chat this morning, gentlemen. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah.
No, mate.
Thank you for joining in, Frank.
Morning, Sean says, Soul Taker. I'm assuming that you want it pronounced Soul Taker. It's a standard sort of gaming tag to me, that.
Yeah.
Right. They're all talking to each other up to Wayne Bonner.
There we go. My first Spurs game was 94-95. About 10 of us from the family away to Palace on Good Friday in the Palace stand. Bet you can't guess the only Egypt to stand up cheering when Klinsmann scored. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not a good move when if you do that. I've been in couldn't get a ticket away to West Ham one time, and I went in as the home fans. I must admit once, not doing that again.
They're all talking to each other up to that one too.
Mark Cousins, the main entrance to White Hart Lane, used to see Warren Mitchell's Rolls Royce in the car park. Excellent.
Yeah. And the other funny, you remember that TV series? It was probably way before your time, Till Death Us Do Part. And Warren Mitchell, who was a diehard Spurs fan, had to play a West Ham fan in that series.
That's right.
God almighty, it must have been horrible turning up for work putting that scarf on every day.
So, there was a follow-up to that as well, wasn't there? It was a really popular series, went on for a long time. Changed name a couple of times, but it was the same program basically.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant.
So certainly wouldn't get played nowadays.
No.
So none of the 70s comedy to get on now. Even Fawlty Towers.
Yeah, political correctness. They can't do it now. Yeah.
The bleeps are everywhere. On it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the early versions of Holy Fools and Horses wouldn't be played now. There are some of the early episodes are so
true. Yeah, that's true.
so out there. Where are we going to? That one there from Wayne Bonner there too.
My first Spurs game at White Hart Lane was the best game for me. Gary God Mabbutt's testimonial against Newcastle. Roasting hot day that August 1995. Brilliant. Love Gary. Who doesn't love Gary Mabbutt? Soul Taker, yes, mate, it's my gaming tag. Yeah, same as mine, Cougar 99, yeah. Mark Cousins, and when I am doing my 11. Oh, when am I doing my 11? Good point. We'll have to work something out. We were certainly asking David off Irish Hotspur, the sort of follow-up Jack Kanicki's one the other day, but we're waiting to hear from him probably on Friday. I think we were talking about making Fridays a regular thing for doing fans best 11, so perhaps we'll be looking at a Friday soon, mate.
Love to get your all-time Spurs 11, Philip, as well. That'd be a great one.
I think I need a couple of days to work that one out. There's a good few.
No problem, mate.
It might be a bit controversial. Yeah.
Why,
it won't be as controversial as Dermot's putting Robbie Keane up front because he's Irish.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that.
Sol Campbell.
Is that a dig at me? Is it Ben for my all-time Spurs 11?
Slightly, yeah. But it's all respectful.
Yours was funny, Dermot.
Yeah.
You could suddenly see the bit of, oh God, I've just frozen. I can't think. Let's shove in an Irishman.
There was a few Irish players in that team, if I remember.
So there's Bill now, and the wife
Yeah,
next to
and
him.
his wife.
Gaguna just
It's nice that
talking
his ashes are buried beneath the pitch. That was a nice touch.
It was.
And they relocated them once White Hart Lane was demolished and put them into the new stadium as well. So
That's good.
yeah, that was nice.
Go on then.
Levy was probably charging the family ground rent.
Oh, sorry. Gaguna just saying to Wayne, it's one of those games that puts you on high for a while, keeps you happy. Right. Wayne said it was emotional as well. Yeah. Did you see Carl Simpson saying? Did you see that really good centre back Diego Carlos, who Newcastle has had a big bid accepted for? Has stalled us, according to reports. Spurs have just put in a bid to try and sign him now as well.
Nice.
Interesting.
That's what we should be doing. It's what we should be trying to do with
Yeah,
Newcastle. We should be trying to get them relegated as much as possible.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel sorry for their fans, but not. They need to go down, because otherwise the Saudi money is going to make them the new Man City in a few years' time.
It will. Sad but true.
Yeah.
Well, even if they go down, they're only going to come up with that amount of money, aren't they?
Yeah, but they'll probably
buys a bit of time.
Delay the year. They'll be delayed a year attracting players.
Yeah, true. And some of the top ones won't go to a lower division, so delay them even longer from that point of view. So yeah, I agree, Philip. It would be funny as well. Let's not forget that point. So
I feel sorry for the fans. The Newcastle fans are absolutely brilliant. I mean, they haven't had a trophy since 1969, and we think we're bad, and yet they still turn up on their 50,000 every week. You know, they really are. They deserve better, but
I think all neutrals would have loved to have seen them win the league instead of Man United when Keegan was in charge.
Of course.
Or Bobby Robson. He was much loved as well.
Yeah.
Mark Cousins saying any Friday is good. Get my number from David's WhatsApp. Yeah, I will do, mate. No problem.
I just want to say thank you very much to Gaguma for the donation this morning as well.
Oh, thank you very much, Gaguma.
Thank you very much indeed.
Very, very kind of you. We need to link it in with putting a little thing on screen somewhere, don't we, mate?
Yeah, we do. €7, so thank you very much indeed. That's very kind of you.
Really appreciated. Dave Mark saying any Friday. Stevie Fraser saying, yeah, I like Newcastle fans, but I hate the club now. I think that's a popular opinion, though.
Yeah,
it is.
Right. That kind of wraps up the comments for the time being.
We're actually up to date with them, which for us is
that was it. Didn't want to get them stacking up again like we usually end up, like for 2 hours worth at the end of the program. Right, Philip. Since Philip's on, what were we going to talk about? Do you want to talk any more about last night's game?
Yeah, I bet Leicester must be sick of the sight of us. You know. You think last game of last season, they were sitting in pretty for the Champions League, and then we come along and beat them 4-2 after being 2-1 down again. You know, very similar. But it's a game that attracts a huge amount of goals. Remember, in the 2017, I think it was, we went up there, second last game of the season. Harry was chasing the Golden Boot, and we beat them 6-1.
That's right.
And then the following Saturday, went to Hull and beat them 7-1. And Harry got the Golden Boot. I think he scored 7 goals in the 2 matches. So, and he scored. Last night was his 17th goal in 17 games against them.
I'll give their fans a due as well, credit where it's due. When we did beat them 6-1, they were applauding Harry Kane off for how well he had played.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I still hate him now.
Peter Schmeichel throwing the ball at him after the third one. Which is probably a bit more what he felt at the time, you know. But no, I mean, I have to say, as I said earlier, last night was the first time in a long time I sat watching Spurs and I said, there's something right going on here. This is moving in the right direction. Because, I mean, let's go. We bossed that game. After the first 10 minutes, we bossed it. And it's just a pity that the woodwork seems to deny us. In fact, I saw another funny point. Apart from Bergwijn's equaliser, every shot went in off the post. The other 4 goals were all off the woodwork.
Yeah.
It's quite, doesn't see it happen too often, But
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, there was a lovely aerial shot of the game just after it finished, and the Spurs fans were stuck away up in the corner, and the rest of the ground was just nothing. Everybody was gone. And the Spurs fans dancing up and down. It was great. It was great to see. It really was. And the reaction of the players when that winning goal went in. I mean, as I said earlier, they were so disciplined after the equaliser. They said, "Right, lads, come on, Harry Kane into the net, get the ball back to the halfway line." They knew there was something in that game, and that would never have happened under Nuno or Mourinho. Mourinho would have been screaming for them to take the point. But Conte is a winner, and he's putting that mentality into the team now. I can only see us, okay, it's not good for the nerves leaving it to the 96th minute or 97th minute. But that's the last 2 league games we've played. We've won it with goals in the last minute or last 2 minutes.
I've got to pull you up on one thing I find highly unlikely, Philip, unfortunately. Nuno would have been screaming at them, you said.
No, I would have been. Well, sorry, yeah, okay. He would have been sign languaging them.
Or he'd just been garden gnoming.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh God.
He wouldn't have said anything.
His eyelid twitched.
I know exactly what you mean, though. He would have been happy with just not losing.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, Conte, he's getting the winning mentality coming in there. And I mean, okay, big test on Sunday. But I watched Chelsea the other night now, and I'll tell you one thing: they were not good at all. Brighton bossed them for a lot of the game, and Brighton played some lovely football. And we've got to break this jinx of Chelsea. And Sunday will be a fantastic day to do it, because then look where that leaves us in the league, ahead of West Ham with 3 or 4 games in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, get your wallet out, Levy. Get your wallet out.
I mean, was Chelsea 3 wins in 11 games in the last 11 games or something along that line?
Yeah. They're not firing at all at the moment.
No. I don't think Tuchel will be there too much longer, actually, to be fair. I think
it would be a real shame, to be honest, because he's a brilliant manager. But I hope he gets a sack, because he's a brilliant manager.
Same here. I think the Lukaku and him, I think there's something more. I think there's a big batch of personalities, I think, there, and it's all benefit for us at the end of the day.
God forgive me, but I can't look at Tuchel, and every time I think of a German in a Gestapo uniform. I just don't know what it is about him.
I do that with Hugo Boss, so.
Yeah.
Oh, there was Mancini. I forgot he managed Fiorentina.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. I mean, the way they jumped into the crowd last night, the players, especially Stevie B, it was very funny.
I was thinking of Stevie B. He was just after getting booked for pushing. If he'd have taken his shirt off, he would have been sent off. He was that close,
You couldn't blame. I mean, it's just Conte's suddenly making us believe again, but it's a long way to go yet.
Yeah,
I mean, seen him drag Conte out the crowd as well. They wouldn't let Conte go to the.
They wouldn't let him in. The steward stopped him from going. Oh God! And you see the one with Lucas Moura jumping up on the back.
Putting his hat on.
Oh dear!
Can you imagine if Conte won us the league?
Oh.
Honestly,
if Conte wins us the league, I'm not working for a month. I'm just going to be in the pub.
I think we'll all join you.
As stupid as this sounds, but we're still in the title race. If we've been on Sunday, we've actually got ourselves back into it. We've actually pushed our way into it.
Oh bloody hell!
Man City could go on.
Would have to have a major implosion for them to drop 15 points. So,
Get the juju board out, boys.
Sticking pins and dolls. Yeah.
Definitely win the FA Cup though. That is really something we could win this year.
I'm going to go peak delusion. I'm going to go really full delusion mode right now. We're in the world of delusion. Imagine somehow Man City collapse, Liverpool collapse, Tottenham don't collapse, and Tottenham win the league and the FA Cup in his first year. I'm talking peak delusion. I'm talking the most delusional thought on the planet.
Oh,
That would be
yeah.
hilarious.
I'll tell you one thing: every Spurs fan on the planet would be absolutely delighted, except one.
Yep.
I'll let you guess who that is.
Yep. We're not even going to mention his name.
Hang on.
He who shall not
oh,
be
yeah.
named. Huh?
I mean,
Let me-
that's full delusion from Kaufman. Imagine that. And Tottenham won the double. If
I'm
Tottenham
so
won-
happy.
No, I'm sorry, Ben. You're being very negative. I think we'll be reinstated to the Conference Cup and win that as well.
Yeah, that's it.
If Tottenham won the league and cup double after having Nuno at the start of the season and everyone else collapsed, it'd just be like, everyone would just have to start. All right, everyone's in the UK. We'll go to the pub.
No, never over till it's over. The treble's still on, mate.
Treble's
give
still
up on
on.
Oh dear.
Your world's quite a good place to be, Ben.
I wish it was. I need a coffee after that delusional talk. I need to get some sense back into me.
Oh dear. Ah, yeah. Well, actually, who's the next game after Chelsea? Is it Southampton at home?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then we've got Brighton in the cup. Is going to be no pushover. I mean,
I
Brighton
didn't even get tickets for that. I forgot to get the tickets. Oh well.
Oh,
They're not quite finding the rhythm they were earlier in the season though with Brighton. That's something that's
they're
promising
not
anyway.
scoring many goals, but they're that Lamptey. We should be buying him.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
You know,
I've been saying that for quite a while now, haven't I, Coover? That we should be looking at Lamptey. I love him. I think he's a great little player.
Totally agree.
Like I remember when they drew with us one each couple of seasons ago, he absolutely tore. He tore the. I don't know who was playing left back that night, but he tore them to bits. He was
Yeah,
all
he's
over.
million times the player Traore is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. It's
He's
sad
just a
to
bit
say
too-
he
just a bit
he
too
he
short.
had to stay to Chelsea, but yeah.
Oh, you're talking Chelsea? Marcus Alonso, the murderer.
No,
Yeah,
no, I'm
he's a
saying
left back.
Lamptey learned his trade at Chelsea. He was
Yeah.
transferred from Chelsea, you know. Yeah, Alonso. Yeah, he gets some stick every time he comes, doesn't he?
Deserves it.
Yeah. And then there's Rudiger who makes up these racial slurs every time he plays with our place. He claims he's been racially abused, you know.
We need someone like him in the team now. We need a horrible bastard in the team.
Yeah, maybe not quite that horrible.
I'm with Philip there. Certainly wouldn't want someone like him, but
He wouldn't be a
a
popular
Lamella type maybe.
Yeah, yeah. And what about winning the Puskas 2 years running? That's has been quietly swept under the carpet by a lot of other clubs, you know.
Of course.
One thing I'd like to bring up, I know it's not. Have you seen the Granit Xhaka news? Because it's definitely him that's under investigation.
It's got to be
for
him.
it.
It's got to be. I've seen the video.
That
It's got
yellow
to be.
card was that is dubious, and for someone
Yeah.
to put £66,000 on someone getting a yellow card, it's got to be that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
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 I mean, he'll have to retire if he's guilty. He'll have to retire. 6 years.
Well, I mean, you saw there was a guy playing for Lincoln City. Had a spate of bookings about 3 or 4 years ago, and they tied them to irregular betting, and he got a 6-year ban.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even playing in a high-profile league. They'll make an example of Xhaka if it's him, because it can't be giving him a slap on the wrist and letting him play on.
I'm gonna do it's allegedly Granit Xhaka. It's allegedly. Allegedly.
Can I just say that?
No, I was just going to say, I think you can argue that Xhaka retired several years ago, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there's two great players there, Cliff Jones and
Cliff Jones still as fresh as the daisy today now.
yeah, that is true.
Who's the other guy? Doesn't look. I'm trying to recognise the other guy with him there.
Terry Dyson, isn't it?
Who's this? Could
Terry
be. Yeah.
Dyson.
Could be.
There's some weight going way back in the background there I can recognise as well, but I'm trying to think who it is.
That fella
sure.
behind Cliff Jones. I wonder who he is. I can recognise him, but I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
He's got his nose flattened anyway.
It's certainly
There's
Terry
Bobby
Dyson
Smith.
talking
There's
with
Bobby Smith.
Cliffy Jones.
Yeah, Bobby Smith is there.
Bobby Smith. And that's like Morris Norman. Is that Morris
Yeah.
Norman? Yeah. Phil Beale, I think, was there as well.
Is that Paul
Chris-
Coyett as
Chris-
well, or is this before
Oh.
Paul Coyett was the stadium
this-
announcer?
That's
I'd bring
another-
back Paul Coyett. I think the stadium misses him.
Oh, definitely.
But he's on GB News now, which is a weird one, but he's their main reporter. That's an interesting one.
Right. So did he fall or was he pushed?
I think he was pushed. They want 2 younger people, which is really annoying because for many years, Paul Coyett was the voice of Tottenham. We miss his voice. He brought sort of that retro voice to it.
You know the music they play before the game starts. They should ditch that as well. It's like being at a disco. It's very loud, and you can't even hear half the announcements. I was in the north stand the last time there. Excuse me, head was lifting off this stuff.
Oh, can we get away with wonder if we can get away with turning the volume up for this bit when they're introducing?
Yeah, go on.
Can we do that?
Yeah,
Go on.
Yeah.
Then.
Let's do it.
I do like the Star Wars music though, but I would change it with Can't Smile Without You. I'd have the Barry Manilow song.
Couldn't hear who they are, could we? There's Les Anna.
There's Alan, yeah. Go on.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Couldn't hear. Bobby
Bobby
Smith.
Smith. Oh, gee, what a player.
Yeah,
Poor Bobby,
great
he was
character.
fell on hard times. Dave McCoy, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Pretty nippy for his age.
Waving the fist at Billy Bender. John Duncan, is it?
Yeah.
Martin Peters, oh, he's dead as well.
Club legend of West Ham and Tottenham.
Yeah. Alan Miller.
Alan Murray, yeah.
Big up Mullers.
Captain of our 72 UEFA Cup winning side.
Yeah. Phil
I was just
Beale,
about to say Phil Bill, yeah.
John Kraft.
Yeah.
Ralph Coates. No, he's dead
Oh.
as well.
He is.
Yeah.
I swear to God, he looks like the Hamlet guy.
He's dead. Hair doesn't change much, does it?
There's Pat Jennings.
It's Terry Dyson, is it?
Yeah. People said forget Pat Jennings was the goalkeeper coach under Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah. That's right. He's
Should
still
have been a
doing
goalkeeper. We wouldn't have conceded so many goals.
There he is.
That's a big cheer.
Yeah. Mike
Looks like
Falco.
he's coming on for the second half. Mark Falco. Oh, Ronnie Rosenthal.
Big up Ronnie Rosenthal, my brother.
Yeah. Patrick, 4 goals against Southampton.
Yeah, that was the one.
That's the one. Gary Mavis, the legend.
Bill Nick found him. That was
Yeah.
one of Bill Nick's recommendations for signing.
He certainly needs a statue for his mental health stuff that he's been in. He certainly needs a statue.
Martin Shivers. He's still around doing the meet and greets, isn't he?
Yeah.
What a team.
Oh, there we go. Thought it was worth a bit of volume for that,
Yeah,
just
that
to get
was
the
good.
announcements.
Yeah. Oh, look at him. Oh, that's David Pleat beside him.
Yeah.
I wonder if Levy is there. He might have
He
had
would have
some
been there somewhere.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing if you had that picture who's passed away and who's still with us?
Good few of them have gone, actually.
Yeah. But Cliff Jones, he's in his 90s, isn't he now?
Yeah, he's
is.
80 something. Yeah, he's still as fit as a fiddle.
Yeah. Martin Peters, I think, has got Alzheimer's, hasn't he?
Martin Peters died there a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Martin Peters, yeah.
Bobby Smith's gone. Dave Mackay's gone.
Yeah.
Alan Gilzean.
Terry Dyson's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Dave Mackay's gone.
Alan Mullery's still around, I think.
Yeah.
Phil Bill, I think so. Ralph Coates passed away.
Both sides, yeah.
I still would think he's the Hamlet guy. He really used to spit an image of that Hamlet guy of the 80s in the adverts. Ralph Coates. And look, he's still got the same comb over.
Yeah.
Running. I mean, we watched the celebration they did for the Lane, didn't we, Kofi, one Saturday night?
We did.
We were saying about the players that had coming out. No Steve Perriman. No, like, Pat Jennings or people like that. I mean, look at Bill Nick. He's really enjoying that. I mean, it's like watching you. It's like seeing your lifetime's work in front of you, isn't it?
It is. No, so it is, what a man.
But I still think that the Pat Jennings story, when he was on 35, £40 a week and £5 appearance money. So he went in for a pay rise. He came out on £35 a week and a £10 appearance money.
That's called creative accounting.
But he still made you feel you got your pay rise.
Oh, that's it. But I think we've builders at the house at the moment. They're just after arriving, finish the work. So you don't want to hear any jackhammers in the background. So I'll have to pass on. Listen, great to see you lads as always.
Good to see you, Philip.
Thank you. And thank you for coming on with your history as well, Philip. I mean, I can listen. Like you should do YouTube channel. I think it's Granddad of We Are Tottenham TV.
Yep.
And who's the other one? Who have I said? There's three of them.
Arthur.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
Arthur, yeah.
Philip and Grandad do your own reminisce of Tottenham Spa. I mean, that's a show there. That's a hit-winning show there. Just the three of you talking Tottenham in the old days.
I think they're going to appear on my stream tomorrow. Arthur, Brian, and Kim is going to come by.
Lovely.
All three of them are going to come by.
Definitely got to get Arthur and Philip on the same show when they do that.
I did a brief one with Arthur there a few months ago on David's channel, doing the history. We're working our way through the decades now. It came to an abrupt end for whatever reason, I don't know. But we can pick it up again on here if you like. It was
I'd love that.
You know, and it was very good. Like we're all remembering stuff that just like somebody would say something and I remember that. And then you expand on it. You know, so it was good. It was really good, really enjoyable.
That's exactly our kind of thing, mate. So we'd definitely love to do that.
That will be something special
from it as well. So right. Well, listen, I better go here now. Do a bit of work. See you later.
Right, see you later, Philip. Thank you very much
mate.
for coming on. Thank you.
I think I've got to jump as well. I need to get some lunch before the stream at 2 p.m. The day's gone too quickly.
We've gone on a bit longer than we're perhaps intending with things, talking, and then not fitting in the game in there.
I think we can always do the second part of this game tomorrow. Tomorrow morning.
We could indeed.
Yeah, we'll leave the second half until tomorrow.
Okay. Should we just we'll let Ben go then and finish off with a few of the comments. Ben, do you want to let us know where people can find you then for your stream this afternoon?
Let me get the link of the what's it called, of the channel. You can find us at the Kauffie Company as always. Most of you are subscribed to that already. Let's get,
there we go. I'll put the link in at the bottom as well.
Where's it?
Right, I'll take that off then, Koof. That game could do the second half tomorrow, and then we're all there.
Fair enough.
I'll just play musical chairs to get us all in our right area.
You'll be no, it's you, Dermot. You'll be playing Snap, and you're not going to win for a long time like this.
I never win Snap when I play myself because I always lose. It's like Del Boy and Boise playing the card games when Boise's cheating, and he says to him, right, I put everything in the flat, deep freeze, cooker, TV, everything, right, and Boise comes up with 4 kings, right, and Del and Grandad and Rodney all like, oh, we're gonna go to the river and all this, and he put his head, sort of shows his hand, 2 pair he's got, right, and he goes, I've got 2 aces. And 2 aces.
Two aces, yeah.
And he went, 4 aces? I didn't know you can count as well. It was so funny. And then he goes to him, where did you get them 4 aces? I said, where did you get them 4 kings? That ain't the hand I bloody dealt you. It was so funny.
But yeah, in terms of the coffee, I put the link in the private chat if you want to post that in there.
I will do, yeah.
So you can see that. If you need someone to go to sleep, the coffee company is your place to go. Everyone falls asleep. Sometimes we talk about coffee. Should be a good time.
It works for me. Three times I tried to watch Ben's stream yesterday. All 3 times I'm just so chilled back watching it. I'm just nodding off. It's nice. It's just it's so stressy everywhere else, and it's just so relaxed on Ben's channel. Love it. Get over that. Lot of coffee talk, a lot of biscuit talk.
Yeah, I wonder what biscuit we're going to get today. I think it's going to be a jammy Dodger today, probably.
Yeah,
jammy Dodgers are nice.
We will have to do that classic old school biscuits. That'll be a good one as well.
That's the one. That's the nostalgia channel back.
Absolutely. Yeah, looking forward to it, mate. Anyway.
All right, so brilliant. Thank you everyone for joining.
No, thanks for coming on this morning, Ben, and we'll see you in the morning.
And as always,
Levy out.
You never beat the Irish. You never beat the Jewish. That should be his comment. You never beat the Jewish.
Oh, it's your phrase though, isn't it? I'll never beat the Irish. Just keep it at that one, unless you're responding directly to you.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's finish off.
Should we get through some of these comments? Yeah.
Okay, we've got Mark Cousins saying, I was at Wembley in '99 when we beat them. The fans are horrible. Oh, is that in reply to Newcastle fans?
No, Leicester. I don't know.
Right. Wembley in '99. Yeah, I wasn't reading it properly. Of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Gaguma, agree. I love how they were in it to win it. Ran the ball back and to the halfway line after Bergwijn's first one. Yeah, absolutely. Did you notice, says Cole Simpson, as well, that Chelsea players are not passing to Lukaku either? Yeah, that would be worrying if I was a Chelsea fan, but it's funny for everybody else.
What happened there? I'm still trying to scratch my head. What did he come out with that was so bad?
Too big for his boots and speaking out against about things that he shouldn't be in the club, basically.
Yeah.
Stevie Fraser saying, if we did beat Chelsea, we're only 5 points behind them with 4 games in hand. Yeah, it's amazing that.
It is.
Even if we don't manage to beat them, we're going to be able to go above them. Oh no, hang on, no, 3 points extra. It'll be close anyway. Okay, so have we got any more comments there, Dermot?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that one.
Mark Cousins saying, if we do the double, Ben, I'll send you some prime Somerset cider. Oh, he's gone now, but I'm sure he'd love that. He really would. Right.
Yeah, we're home to we're home to Brighton in the FA Cup. That should be good. Derek Hutchinson is saying Les Allen. The player's coming out. Kev Williams, good afternoon.
Afternoon, mate. Who's buzzing after last night? I'm loving it. We should have scored 8 goals, but the way we won it, I think it's done a world of good for morale. It's galvanised the team. Yeah, let's certainly hope so. Tony galvanised the team, Dermot?
Yeah, it has. I'll open that in a minute. It's probably only a bill. It's normal. I love bills. We've got Carl Simpson.
Oh, just before that, sorry, you've got Kaguma saying, "Oh, that's so cool. I love how they're bringing out the past players." Yeah, club legends at halftime is always a great moment.
Yeah,
such big roar from the fans. It's
We
good
should
fight.
do the one at the lane finale when they bring out them players who actually should play that. I'll tell
Yeah.
you what we need to do this morning. Our new intro. We need to introduce
Oh
that
yeah,
this
we'll
morning.
do that. See what people think of it.
Yeah.
We had trouble.
So-
We had trouble cutting it down to fit on like a normal intro, so we're going to have to
Yeah.
play it as a separate thing at the moment.
Right. Do you want to do it through your, or do you want to do it through mine?
I can do it through mine. That'll be all right.
Yeah. Okay. I'll turn off mine. Right. So I turn that off. I'll go through some of these comments here while
Yeah.
you're doing that, Kuv. I'm a
Well,
little bit feeling
Okay.
emotional about these legends, reunions. Take care, Phil. She's saying thank you. Steve Fidget, can you put his link in the chat so we can copy and paste? Yeah, the link is there. For Ben's coffee shop, 44 subs already. Ben, keep up the good work. Yeah, and please, everyone. And we're trying to get to. For us personally, where is it now? That's for the old Hotspur. There we go. For us personally, we're trying to get to 300 before the start of February, so we're nearly there. So let's see, can we get to 300? But yeah, everyone subscribe to Ben's channel, brilliant little channel, and then Google him and saying thank you. Now, before we play this, I want to say thank you to Phil, who put an awful lot of hard work into this, putting this together. We'd love your thoughts on what you think of it, and if you like it, it will be our new countdown strike intro. Have you found it?
No. Strangely,
I thought I'd bring it up. I know exactly where it is.
okay. Is it not visible to the public or something like that? Is that?
No, it is. It's on uploads. If you if you go into videos, it's on. It's there. It's before. If you look on uploads, put videos in on the channel, Booth.
Oh yeah, I've got it. Yeah, right,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's there. Okay. So, are you ready?
I'm just.
We're going to take ourselves out of this, so we're not there while you're watching it. So, I'll take myself out. I'll take Cooper out, and let me know when you're ready to take him out, Cooper.
Just about to share it. Okay. Whoops.
Right. Just pause it there. Right, we're taking ourselves out. Enjoy.
Let's try that again.
Yeah. Sorry.
Try that again, shall we? I can't work out why the sound's not coming through.
Yeah. Phil's just said there's no
Yeah.
sound. Let me try it off my one.
Okay, we'll give it another go then.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we need to be on for the sound to happen.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do it then.
I mean, I can replay it. We'll just I'll just leave us on screen up in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just do it that way. Yeah.
Okay, let's put that back. It's going to have to be worth it now. It is worth it.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
it is. Very. Still no. You got it on mute, Coof. That's it. It was playing. It was playing.
Whoa, what's going on there?
I don't know.
There we go.
It's been. Yeah. Hang on. Let me turn that off. Sorry. It was playing a little bit behind on YouTube, so that's why I went like that because we were about 4 seconds ahead on it than we were on YouTube, which is really funny. Yeah, that's our new intro. A lot of credit goes to Phil. He put a lot of hard work into it. And big up Phil for doing that. I mean, absolutely. I mean, we saw it for the first time yesterday, didn't we, Kev? And we got emotional watching it.
I'm feeling a little choked up at the moment, I must admit.
I was seeing them pictures of Bill Nick and Jimmy Greaves and all that. Do you see what the comment section think?
Oh,
Right,
yeah. I was mad about lifting the cup. Perryman lifting the cup. We just can't beat it.
We've got Kev Williams.
That's what we're saying.
No
Screw
sound.
you, Levy. Trophies.
Yeah.
We want trophies. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
Sean, if you're watching, this is what it means to be a Tottenham fan. Not breadsheets and numbers and everything. What's there is why we support Tottenham. Kev Williams says no sound. Yeah, we've got to work. We've got to work on that. Why that happened?
Yeah, we can't play it as we normally play little clips like that. So it's been a bit of a palaver.
Yeah, it's saying Kev Williams went yes. Phil, oh my god, that intro is absolutely banging. Big up to TTG family. Now, thank you, Phil, for doing that.
Big up Hollywood Phil, doing the Hollywood intro.
Yeah, we have no sound, but it was there yesterday when I watched it. I've sort of come away. Right, so I've got all right. We all got there. Right, you got Kev William, Dermot, and Coover. There's no sound, lads. Then no sound. Then we've got Mike Cousins going, dough. Kev Williams, great work on the footage, lads. Kev Williams said, yes, here we go. Love to be emotional. This is so damn good. It's giving me tingles, lads. Yeah, amazing. Kev Williams clapping. Carl Simpson, brilliant. And Carl Simpson again clapping. Yeah, that is our new intro and countdown. It will be being used instead of the
wrong way round. Just that comment.
Oh yeah, sorry. Where is Luna? Yeah, we've got to find pictures of garden gnomes.
This one for me. This is the one that got me over the edge.
Yeah, it was same here. I was the same as you, because we were both there. So it means a lot to us seeing Tottenham win our first European trophy as kids. There, you had your first kiss of that night. Do you know?
Not from you, I didn't.
No, that's not true. We were in two different stands. If I did run over and kiss you, I do apologise humbly now and apologise.
What happens in the lane stays in the lane.
Oh Lord.
No, it was an amazing night. Yeah, that was the absolute top of it for me. That just went the UEFA Cup night. It was just unreal.
We will sort out the sound that it sounds better, but we will get into that. But that's our new intro. So if everyone likes it, it's gonna replace the intro that we have now. And we were trying to do it as a countdown clock as well.
Oh, absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
I can't wait to start going again at some point. But
I'm actually looking to go over on the 13th for the Wolves game, Kev. So definitely meet you there. I'll be over there, definitely. I'm waiting for somebody to get me. I'm going then, and then I'm going to the West Ham match as well. There's me and the two lads are coming with me to the West Ham match as well. I'm going to go over for that on the 5th of March. So I'll be there for both times. So looking forward to that. It's actually, I worked it out, Cove, last night. It's quicker and cheaper to fly than it is to get the boat over.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
Yeah, but I'm scared of flying, so I'm going to have 2 pints of.
Unless you take Ryanair or something, you'll end up in Sweden or something like that.
Yeah, well, I'm actually going with Aer Lingus is the only one that allows you to fly on your public service card with a bank statement if you haven't got a passport. So
Fair
big
enough.
up Aer Lingus. I wouldn't give money to that Ryanair Egypt anyway. That man is the Scrooge of Ireland, that fella. It was really good. We've got Ian here. Go and let you read that one out, because
Ian said, I'm sure I had an invite to go over my 5 greatest matches. Some game in 1984 will be there. Yeah, certainly
Yeah.
will be, won't it?
yeah, there is an invite. We are sorting out where we're putting people in the list in at the moment. Friday night's going to be, we'll get people on for the Tottenham 11 and
Well,
Monday.
Friday afternoon, Friday night is some entirely different meaning on this channel.
Friday night I have nothing to do with. That's not my show whatsoever. Coover would tell you that just
Friday night is our it's our unwinding night from the stresses of the week. It's anything goes late at night and stupidity and childishness all round.
To be fair to Coover, that show does send me a bit haywire, doesn't it? For being, I have to have everything structured and everything. It's just
this the furthest from structure you can get. Yeah, although we got a good debate on last Friday as well.
Yeah, 8 people against Sean. That was a brilliant debate. It was brilliant. And then Sean was getting more irate. Cody, Mac, and Sean was brilliant. Sean.
The debate was going so well that Phil and I couldn't get a word in, so we started playing top trumps, improvised top trumps.
Phil was trying to be moderator. Right, now you've had your words, Danny. Now it's Dermot's turn. Dermot, you've had your word. Now it's Cody Max. It was brilliant. It was so funny.
Anyway, right, that sort of wraps it up for today.
So that's our new intro. So if everyone likes it, it will be played on our next episode.
Hopefully the sound came out for people, people watching. And we've got
just very quickly, before we go, did the sound come okay? Just let us know very quickly if the sound was okay. Because we have a different sound when we play it, because we're not like watching you. So just let us know very quickly if that come over okay. We will get that. But yeah, that's the new intro. So thank you very much for everyone watching this morning. Are we back this evening at 5:30?
What are we? Thursday? I don't know. We'll see how we feel, shall we? We'll put it up.
No, we always do something. We always do something on Thursday at 5:30. We try to play a game for the game coming up, so we try to find a Chelsea game somewhere.
Okay, we'll do something there.
Yeah, Tottenham Chelsea, where we beat them 5-1 all. The Battle of the Lane.
Battle of the Lane. Well, we got that one. We played that a few times. We'll think of something. We showed just play that intro again on loop.
Yeah. We showed the crime violence and everything before the game in the 70s, and then we showed them how we backed them in the stands and out the stands and everywhere.
Perhaps we'll just have a general look forward to Chelsea. See if we can drag something out this time.
Ian's hang on. Right, just a few of these comments before we go. Top show, lads. Thank you both. Our pleasure. Another very good show, guys. Thank you very much. Great sound. Well, that's good to hear.
Good. Yeah.
Good. And then sound was great. Thank you. And Kev Williams at Carlson, so still buzzing from last night's game. Come on, but yeah, we are still buzzing.
Right. And that'll do it then, mate.
Should we try to play it, take us out, or do we play the old intro?
Let's do the old intro for now. We'll spoil them otherwise.
Yeah. Well, this probably will be the last time we're going to play this old intro, so might as well give it one last shootout.
Okay, so we will be back at 5:30. Then,
yeah,
so we're
back at 5:30. Okay. Hang on, just got a couple of comments there. Yeah. And see you later. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry. You never beat the Irish.
You never beat the
Irish.
English.
Irish.
English.
Irish.
English.
Irish.
English.
Germans.
Go marching in. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. I wanna be in that number. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in.
Never beat the English.
Oh, when the Spurs go marching
You never beat the Irish.